redo that?
No, keep going.
Going to the opening in 3, 2.
Welcome to the Buc Buzz. I'm Jenna Bradshaw.
And I'm Kyra Gorman. This is our last edition of the Buc Buzz, so let's finish it up strong.
It's crazy to think that the school year is almost over, and you'll be graduating soon.
I know, time really has flown by. Make sure you make the most of high school.
I will try. Did you hear about that author, A.S. King, being at the Rivers End Bookstore last week?
Yeah, my English teacher talked a lot about it, but I couldn't go because I had a lacrosse game.
Well, lucky for you, Alex, Kyle, and Aaron did go. Let's send it over to them for more information.
Thanks, guys. Recently at the Rivers End Bookstore, famous local author A.S. King held a book signing and spoke with fans about her writing. The event attracted many local fans who were interested in learning more about her writing. A.S. King has written many books such as Please Ignore Vera Diaz, Reality Bay, The Dust of 100 Dogs, Ask the Passengers, and I Crawl Through It. King will also be releasing a new novel called A Still Life of a Tornado. We recently caught up with Claire Donovan, who was a bookseller at Rivers End Bookstore, for more information.
King is a young adult author, and she's marginally famous. I read 3 of her books, and they're very good, but we were lucky enough to get her to come to the bookstore. She did a really cool talk beforehand about what drives her to write for young adults and where she pulls a lot of her inspiration. It was really cool just to see kind of the inner workings of an author's brain, especially if you really admire their work. And then she did a book signing and she took questions, and she's very down to earth and just a lot of fun to be around. So her book that just came out, I Crawl Through It, was very good, and it's technically a surrealist novel, but because it's super quirky, but I think that anyone could read it and enjoy it. And then she has a book, I was able to read an advanced copy that comes out in October called Still Life with Tornadoes, and that was, again, really excellent. It would be hard to pick between the two because I liked them both and they're very different, but if you read either one of those, you can't go wrong.
A.S. King plans to continue writing throughout her life and hopefully produce many more novels. Reporting for WBUC, this is Kyle Crossman. Back to you guys.
I wish I could have gone to that. It seems like it definitely was a success, though.
I know. I've read some of her books before, and they're really good.
Maybe I'll go down to the bookstore and buy a few. And then I'll stop by Linear Park and look at all the murals. Have you ever seen them?
Yeah, I have. They look really pretty. I've always wondered who painted them, though.
It's actually part of the Springboard mural project run by the Oswego City County Youth Bureau. And they're looking for youth artists to participate in it again this year.
What is the Springboard mural project exactly?
The project has youth artists paint murals across the city of Oswego, specifically in the West Linear Park.
That's pretty awesome. How long has this been going on?
The mural project is now in its 8th year, and initially was started to help address the issue of graffitiing throughout our city. Now the project has grown into much more, helping to show off the talent of local youth and bring the community together. The project has become extremely successful, and all children ages 8 and up are welcome to participate, and all skill levels and ability are welcome. All youth must submit entries to the Oswego City County Youth Bureau and also have to be approved by the City of Oswego Common Council. To get an application, call the Youth Bureau any weekday at 349-3451 or email kslimmer@oswegocounty.com. You can also look for the Springboard Mural Project on Facebook.
That sounds like a cool thing. I wish I was more artistic so I could get involved.
Me too. I guess I'll just have to settle with looking at them.
Our city definitely has a lot of cool artists here, and we also have a lot of local farming throughout our county.
Agriculture is definitely an important part here in our county. Danielle Delconte recently created a PSA about it and has received really good reviews. Let's send it over to her.
Every year, farms in Oswego County generate $47 million in revenue. Production has increased more than 20% in the past 5 years. The 166 farms in Oswego County provide more than 1,000 jobs. The presence of a multi-million-dollar industry in Oswego County means career opportunities, tax revenue, and investment in the community. Whether it's eating at a local restaurant or buying vegetables from the neighborhood produce stand, every bit helps build a stronger community. Invest in jobs for the people and families of Oswego. Support our future. Buy local. From our farms to your family, together we can grow Oswego County agriculture.
That's awesome that our county is featured in such a positive way in that PSA.
I agree. Our county really does do some awesome things. Another awesome thing is our sports here at OHS. I love watching all of them.
Yeah, I like going to the games. So spring sports are coming to a close though. Let's send it over to Alex for more information.
Thanks, guys. This week in high school sports saw the Bucs notch some wins in various sports. The boys varsity tennis squad defeated Chittenango to finish the regular season at 9-9. The team is sending 7 players to this year's sectionals. The boys varsity lacrosse team notched an impressive comeback overtime win against Central Square by a score of 16-15. That improved their record to 5-11. The girls varsity softball team knocked off ESM in a close game, winning by 8-7. However, the boys varsity baseball team lost a tough one against ESM 5-2. Both the softball and baseball teams have just a few games left before they enter sectional play. And since this is my last broadcast ever at WBuc, I'm going to drop the mic.
Wow, Alex, that was definitely quite the exit. I can't believe everything's almost over, but it's cool how many teams we had that made it to sectionals this year.
It is. Hopefully they all do really well.
I agree. So do you remember how I was telling you about my lacrosse game for cystic fibrosis?
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Well, this week, Riley, Martin, and Trevor are going to give us some more information on it. Let's send it over to them.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for not only our seniors' last home game, but also a special night for a special girl. Tonight we play in honor of Katrina, who is affected by cystic fibrosis, which is a genetic disorder that affects lung function in those affected. There is no cure for cystic fibrosis, but tonight, not only will we fight for a win, we will fight for a cure. We have raised money and will continue to raise money tonight to find a cure for not only Katrina, but other children affected by cystic fibrosis. We encourage you to throw a donation into the sticks of our players during halftime when we pass the stick. Thank you and enjoy the game.
Each fall and spring sports season, Coach Don Frank and his wife, English teacher, Mrs. Frank, host an athletic event which helps raise awareness for cystic fibrosis. For the spring season, the girls' JV and varsity lacrosse teams play to raise awareness. Cystic fibrosis is a disorder affecting the exocrine glands. It causes the production of abnormally thick mucus, leading to blockage of the pancreatic ducts and in the intestines. In the result, it causes a respiratory infection. Mrs. Frank has commented on this subject, saying cystic fibrosis has affected her family enormously.
We've been fundraising for the last 3 seasons now. We've been doing the Stick It to CF game. The girls buy jerseys for the game, and then at halftime of both the varsity and the JV game, the girls walk through the stands with a lacrosse stick and ask for donations to the foundation. So they've used those 2 methods to raise money. Girls were asking me about at practice about what cystic fibrosis was. So it kind of raised their awareness of it. And then in the stands, before each of the games, the girls read a little something that they prepared, letting the fans know what cystic fibrosis was, how many people are affected by it. So I do think it was successful in raising some awareness for it.
With the success of the spring sports season's efforts to raise awareness, there is also high expectation for the coming fall season, where the boys and girls soccer teams will help spread the awareness even more. Reporting for WBUC, back to you guys.
I'm sure the Frog family really appreciates all of your efforts for the CF Foundation.
Yeah, they definitely do. They're super appreciative of everything we do, and it's a great feeling to help them. They're such a great family.
I've never had either of them as teachers, but I hear a lot of great things about them.
Yeah.
So did you get a chance to go to the Festival of the Arts over the weekend?
No, I didn't get a chance to go, but a few of my friends had their artwork shown in it. What exactly was it?
Well, our school district holds it every year to show off the hard work of the students in Oswego. Over the weekend, the Oswego City School District held their 5th annual Festival of the Arts. It was held in the Oswego High School cafeteria on Saturday, May 14th. The festival took place from 12 to 4 p.m. and featured art and music from students of all ages. Students from kindergarten through 12th grade had their artwork displayed throughout the festival. There were musical performances and art activities during the afternoon. The festival is held to both recognize talented artists and musicians in our district and to showcase all of the hard work and time they've put in this year. Many people came out and supported the kids in our community.
It's so great that we give our talented students a place to display their work for the whole community to see.
I know, we've talked about many different ways that OHS students can have all of their hard work showcased, and I'm really happy that we were able to put another event together for them.
Yeah, it's just another really great opportunity for them.
It is. So earlier we showed a PSA about local farming. We have another PSA made by Katrina Sharkey on a more serious subject, domestic violence.
It's really important that people are aware of this problem, so let's send it over to her.
One in 15 children are exposed to intimate partner violence each year. Every minute, about 20 people are abused by an intimate partner. Women between the ages of 18 and 24 are most likely to experience intimate partner violence. The bruises will heal, but will they? On a typical day, there are more than 20,000 phone calls placed to domestic violence hotlines per day.
Wow, that's a really sad way to end our show. It certainly portrayed the message in an emotional way.
It really did. It'll definitely give everyone something to think about. Another pretty sad thing is that this is our last show of the school year, so we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in throughout the year.
We'd also like to give a special thanks to Oswego County Today for showcasing our work and giving us the opportunity to get our work out into the community.
That's all for your show. Have a great summer, everybody, and we'll be back next fall with more student-produced television on WBUC.